If you ever thought about diving into the world of social media marketing, but weren't sure where to start or what the job actually involves, you're in the right place. My name is Daniel, and today I'm going to walk you through what I like to call the social media marketing roadmap, a full guide that breaks down what this career looks like, what skills you need, how to actually get into it, and what kind of money you can expect. Guys, make sure you check out all the useful links in the description after watching this video. There might be some nice discounts there. So grab a coffee or whatever you are sipping on and let's jump right in. What is social media marketing? So let's kick things off by actually understanding what social media marketing is, guys. In simple terms, it's all about using platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, and even YouTube to promote a brand, product, or service. The idea is to show up where people are already spending their time, on their feeds, in their stories, scrolling through videos, and grab their attention with content that feels natural, fun, and engaging. Now, how does it work? Well, social media marketing isn't just about posting pretty pictures or funny videos. It's a whole strategy. You're creating content that not only looks good, but also speaks directly to your audience. You might be running ads, responding to comments, jumping on trends, or setting up collaborations with influencers. The goal is to build a community, grow your reach, and get people to take action, whether that's following your page, clicking a link, or actually making a purchase. And the best part is, it's super dynamic. Things are always changing, so there's never a dull moment. Now, folks, here's what some people get mixed up. How is social media marketing different from digital marketing in general? Digital marketing is a much bigger umbrella. It includes things like search engine optimization, email marketing, running Google Ads, building websites, basically anything that promotes something using digital channels. Social media marketing is just one piece of that puzzle, but it's probably the most interactive and fast-paced part. So while digital marketing might focus more on things like ranking on search engines or sending out newsletters, social media is all about daily interaction, trends, and real-time engagement. You're not just putting a message out there, you're actually talking to people, getting feedback, and building a vibe. That's what makes it such a fun space to work in. Educational background and skill set. Now let's talk about what you actually need to know if you're thinking of getting into this line of work. And guys, don't stress if you didn't go to school for marketing or don't have a fancy degree. A lot of successful social media marketers started by learning on their own, playing around with content, and just figuring it out as they went. That said, having a basic understanding of communication, psychology, or business definitely helps. But beyond that, what really matters are your skills. You've got to be creative for sure, coming up with content ideas, writing catchy captions, choosing the right visuals. But you also need to have a bit of a strategic mind. You'll need to understand how the algorithm works, what time to post, what kind of content resonates with your audience, and how to read the analytics without zoning out. Oh, and being organized? Super underrated. You'll probably be juggling multiple accounts or campaigns, and having your content calendar on point will save your life. How to become a social media marketer, a step-by-step guide. Alright, my friends, let me walk you through the process and show you how to actually get started. Step 1. Get comfortable with the platforms. Folks, the first step is pretty straightforward. Just dive into the platforms. If you want to market on social media, you've got to know how these platforms work. I'm talking Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter. Whatever's out there, spend time on each one. Look at what content people are posting, what's trending, how people interact in the comments, and how brands show up. Pay attention to ads too. How do they blend in? What grabs your attention? It's all part of the learning process. You don't need to master everything overnight. Just pick one or two platforms you enjoy and start noticing what works and what doesn't. The more time you spend on these apps with a marketer's eye, the more confident you'll feel when it's your turn to create. Guys, before we move on, I try to make my content fun instead of boring. And in return, please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy the content I make. Step 2. Learn the basics of content and strategy. Now, once you're familiar with the platform, it's time to dig into the good stuff, how content and strategy actually work behind the scenes. Social media marketing isn't just about throwing up a random post and hoping for likes. There is the whole strategy behind it, like figuring out your audience, setting goals, choosing the right type of content, and knowing when and where to post. This is where a little learning goes a long way. You can take free courses online, watch YouTube tutorials, or even follow experienced marketers on LinkedIn and see how they approach content. Try learning about things like content calendars, engagement metrics, brand voice, and storytelling. It sounds like a lot, but once you see how it all connects, it starts to click. Step 3. Build your own online presence. Okay, my friends, if you want to get into social media marketing, one of the best ways to start is by becoming your own case study. Seriously, use your personal social media accounts as a playground to test what you're learning. Try creating your own content around the topic you love: fashion, food, tech, pets, whatever gets you excited. Post consistently, try out different formats like carousels, reels, stories, and see what kind of response you get. This step is super important because when you're just starting out, you might not have clients or a portfolio. But if you can show that you know how to grow your own page, even a little, it gives people a reason to trust that you know what you're doing. Plus, you'll get way more comfortable with tools, captions, editing apps, and understanding what makes content perform well. Step 4. Get familiar with social media tools. Now that you're creating content, it's time to get hands-on with the tools that make a social media marketer's life easier. Tools like Canva, Buffer, Notion, Later, CapCut, and even analytics tools built into each platform. These are the little helpers behind most great content strategies. You don't need to be a pro with all of them, but having basic knowledge of how to schedule posts, design graphics, and track performance is a big win. And hey, play around with AI tools too. There are some that can help you write captions, generate hashtags, and even come up with content ideas. The more comfortable you are with these tools, the faster and smoother your workflow will be when you're working with real brands or clients. Step 5. Start freelancing or interning. Alright folks, once you've built a little personal brand and feel confident with the tools and strategies, it's time to start working with others. You don't need to land a fancy full-time job right away. Look for freelance gigs, internships, or even offer to help a local business or a friend's brand just to get experience. Small businesses are always looking for someone who can help them show up better online. And that someone could be you. This step is where things get real. You'll learn how to communicate with clients, take feedback, manage deadlines, and see how marketing works in an actual business setting. And every bit of work you do adds to your portfolio, which helps you land even better opportunities down the line. Step 6. Stay updated and keep practicing. Last but definitely not least, remember that social media never stays the same for long. What worked last year might be totally different today. So my friends, if you want to really succeed as a social media marketer, make learning a constant habit. Follow marketing blogs, join Facebook groups, watch industry YouTubers, and just stay curious. Also, keep experimenting. Try new content formats. Follow creators outside your niche. Keep testing and tweaking. The best marketers are the ones who never stop exploring. And honestly, that's what keeps this field so fun and exciting. Demand and salary expectations. Now you might be wondering, is this even a good career path? Are people actually hiring social media marketers? And the answer, guys, is a big yes. The demand is wild right now. Pretty much every business needs a social media presence, and most of them don't know how to do it properly or just don't have the time. That's where you come in. As for the money, it really depends on where you are and what kind of work you're doing. If you're just starting out, you might be earning a few $100 per month managing a client's Instagram. But once you gain experience and start working with bigger brands or taking on multiple clients, the income potential goes up real fast. Full-time social media managers in big cities can make anywhere from $50,000 to $80,000 a year, sometimes more. And if you go freelance and build up a solid client list, you could easily pull in 6 figures with the right workflow. It all depends on your hustle, your results, and how well you build your personal brand. Is SMM worth it? So there you have it, folks. Your complete roadmap to becoming a social media marketer. It's one of those careers where you can genuinely start from scratch, learn as you go, and turn your creativity into a full-time job, or even your own business. You don't need to wait for someone to give you a shot. You can literally start today by opening up your favorite app and posting something with intention. If this video gave you some value, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear where you're at in your journey. Maybe you're just getting started, or maybe you have already been testing the water. Either way, let's chat. As usual, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, until next time.